if you were to meet an undergraduate student who wanted to get to know your work, what book would you suggest they start with?
To start with,
Theology, temple theology, or?
That's a very basic book, and it outlines a lot of things. But that's just like a still from a film, really, because since I wrote that, I've gone on along and done other things. And there was a lot behind it, so it really is a still from an ongoing film. And since Temple Theology, I've published the Angels book, the Kingdom book, Temple Themes book, and I've got one in the press now. So that's kind of 5 books ago now.
Right.
And it's moved on. But certainly that's a good way in if you want to go in. And temple theology is really a remarkably interesting subject that has impact all over the place. And knock-on effects, all sorts of areas, and people with all sorts of backgrounds are interested in it.
No.
It surprised me, actually. So I'm learning a huge amount. People I get, email contacts, and it's just an amazing world that's opened up.
Yeah, my colleague and I and a couple other people are trying to get temple studies group going at the Society for Biblical Literature.
Excellent.
And we've got it kind of halfway organized. We're going to have a preliminary meeting this November, and then hopefully for next year we'll have a kind of organized group that can exchange ideas, papers, etc., etc. So kind of get a little more formal.
Well, that's good. It's very interesting, isn't it? There's something called the SBL has existed all this time with nothing about the central theme of the Bible, which is a temple. I mean, that should make everyone stop and rub their eyes in amazement.
Right. Absolutely.
There we are. Yeah. It's a pity SBL is so often a long way away, because I absolutely hate air travel because it gives me earache. But I'm really pleased that you've got a temple group. We're actually setting up a temple studies group in this country.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's at the moment we have modest plans to have a symposium twice a year, a one-day symposium twice a year on temple theme. And the first one's going to be this autumn, November, actually in Oxford. We found somewhere that could accommodate us at short notice, and we're going to have a whole day of papers on aspects of Melchizedek.
Oh, great.
Melchizedek in the Roman liturgy.
Oh, really?
It's a new one, yes, we've got a very, very good man interested in this. And then scripture, tradition, Jewish studies, all sorts of things, rabbinic studies rather. And then we're planning the second one is going to be in May, and that will be in London, May next year, in London. And we're looking at why it is that the tomb of Christ is associated with the temple, the link between tomb and temple.
That's a very interesting question.
That's a very interesting question because it involves all sorts of things. So obviously that's kind of 6 months further ahead than the one we're planning for the autumn. And then we want to go on and look at things. I mean, the next one further down the line will be about temple music and cosmic harmony and that kind of thing. And again,
those are all great topics.
We're putting out feelers for people who can talk about.
That's great.
So things are happening, and we've had a remarkable amount of interest already, just word of mouth. I'm actually going to start the proper advertising when I get back from this summer school that we're teaching.
Well, we should coordinate the two groups. Absolutely.
I was just thinking. Make sure we stay in touch with each other, because we can learn from each other's mistakes. There's no point in two people making mistakes. But certainly the basic themes like Melchizedek and the links with our Christian liturgy, that's hugely important. But other things will present themselves, I have no doubt, as we go along.